yourself a little bit? Like maybe if you were actually more ashamed of what you fucking have done to yourself, maybe.
Oh, Alan. I'm listening to my boy Alan here on YouTube. Great segue. What's up, everyone? Your boy Savar Matner. I'm coming to you live from within my office. And today I want to talk about some stuff on Alan Roberts' channel that he talked about here over the last few days. Um, Heads up, live stream is going on scheduled tonight, probably after SmackDown, so around 10 o'clock Eastern time. I'm going to talk about the Sonya Massey shooting, the Trump situation right now with all the stuff that came out about his attempted assassination. Kamala Harris running for president. How do I feel about that? As well as the Dragon Ball fans that I'm pissed off. I seen that new Dragon Ball Crapma trailer, and you guys really are not going to like what I have to say about that. So yeah, Also, give you guys an update on the 5-0. Some more things that came out. Nothing bad about the clutch that's on the car. So I'm going to go over all of that tonight in the live stream. That's why I haven't made any videos pertaining to those topics, because I want to talk about them in real time and give you guys the opportunity to either join me live on the StreamYard, because I'm going to put the link in the chat and in the description here during the live stream, so you guys can click, come in, give me your 2 cents. My mods are going to be ready for you trolls to come in. So I'm telling you guys right now, if you come in and you try to talk to Michelle, hijack my chat, my mod's going to get you up out of there. So I really wouldn't try that approach either, because, trolls get nothing over here. Now, with all that being said, for you fitness guys, my training video, I just wrapped it up this week. I got to go through and edit things. I'll be uploading that next week, as well as some other health topics, because it's my deloading week. I'm going to have more time to pump out a few more videos pertaining to fitness and weightlifting, and also try to put some things together in my chat that pertains to health and fitness, and go from there with that. Also, the Discord, already checked in the Discord. Discord already also knows that I'm working on some upcoming videos that I'm going to discuss. So for you that might be joining the Discord, you may have a chance to get on the upcoming videos. I'm planning on doing it over the next couple of weeks to have more of a real world insight with some of you guys, men and women that want to get involved in that. And so I give you guys a head up in the Discord. My Discord link will be down below. And last but not least, I ask that you keep my family in your thoughts and your prayers. I have some personal things going on with very, very, very close family members. I'm not going to tell you what's going on with them health wise, but it's been kind of rough the last couple of days. You've been hearing some news, and it's kind of like, wow, what's really going on. So I ask that you keep my family, my immediate family, in your thoughts. I will let you guys know over the next few days what's going to happen and who I'm referring to. But right now, I already keep all that on the wraps, as I'm trying to deal with that psychologically as well, because I really don't like hearing a lot of bad news when it comes to people that I'm very, very, very close with. And shout out to you, Sunshine. Once again, take all the time you need. You're in our thoughts and prayers also with what you have going on as well. Now, Alan Roberts dropped some content. I'm going to put him on the screen. Like I said, he is live right now talking about Anna O'Brien and Emily Reed here. I'm going to go back and go over that. But I want to talk about this shit here, and this shit here. And April Lauren, I'm going to talk about her too in the upcoming weeks. But Peng Zingtang Yao Qing, this dumb motherfucker, the parents that let this 6-year-old get to be, I think she was 300 or 500 pounds, some stuff, maybe 6. And this lady that decided to sit on her 10-year-old foster son's neck. So let's dive right in. And then, like I say, I'm gonna link Alan's channel down below. Once again, this is Alan Roberts. I'm gonna link his channel down below. You guys go watch that in entirety. I just want to give my opinion. So let's start with the 6-year-old here. Now, I'm a father of 2 kids. You see them behind me. They're a little bit older now, and we're going to take some family photos, and they'll be getting updated here in the upcoming months. You see my wife over in the corner with us and the kids. So I'm a family guy. I am a proud father. It's my 2 right here. The light might have a little glare, but those are my two little Rugrats, right? And like I said, they're older now, and we'll take some more. We turn the light away. My daughter and my son. We'll take some more pictures here over the next few days. That goes a family photo there. All right, me and my family and stuff like that. All right, so let me be blunt real quick. I'm a personal trainer in between certifications. Right, I'm not certified anymore, but I'm in between certifications. Right, want to stay certified because I want to help who I can help. There is a stigma about being Black and obese. Okay, because of what we eat. It's how we are brought up. When I was younger, cereal, Kellogg, they're great. You guys remember Kellogg commercial and Captain Crunch and all that shit, right? We ate a lot of fried chicken, drunk a lot of Kool-Aid, put sugar on our rice, all that stuff. I'm from the ghetto. I grew up in the PJs, right? But as I got older, all right, and especially after I got the military, I resorted to drinking, smoking cigarettes. To numb some of the things that I went through overseas in the combat zone. For me, health is everything. Nowadays, it's everything. I gave up smoking. Not saying that I don't have a cigarette once every 6 months. I used to smoke fucking a pack a day, sometimes 2 packs a day. Drink you out of fucking bar, wherever the fuck. I wasn't living healthy. Was eating Mickey D's, Jack in the Crack, for us that know Jack in the Box, eating everything you can think of fast food wise. And I have pictures to prove it. You guys have seen pictures of me when I was fat, face is fat, and I'm gonna probably do a compilation video to round out the year for my 38th birthday from where I was, how fat I got to what I look like now. I'll be 38 this year, December 1st. So it's always a stigma about Black folks: diabetes, cancer, high blood pressure. And it all stems from what you put in your mouth in the kitchen. And that's for all races, but Black folks in general. It's always been this stigma that you inherited diabetes, that you inherited high blood pressure, you inherited high cholesterol. It's what you eat. And stay tuned. I got some videos talking about health that's going to be in my Discord as well as on the channel. Stay tuned for that, about what I've been learning about myself from training as a natural, and how cholesterol, even though high cholesterol is deemed a bad thing with LDL, how you shouldn't really worry about cholesterol. It all depends on when you take your tests. And the body is going to show you things in blood work that you may not be aware of, but if you say eat a high cholesterol meal 24 hours before your blood work, of course your cholesterol is going to be high. So I'm going to dive into that. But it's always the stigma. But there comes a fine line, and being involved in your kids' health, and trying to tell your kids that eating this is wrong. You're going to eat this whether you like it or not. And my daughter's here right now. They start school next week. My son has autism. He's an ABA. So, I'm very, very, particular about what he eats because he doesn't understand. He does, but he can't communicate. Whereas my daughter, today I let her have cereal for breakfast this morning. Not going to lie. It was a late start. I didn't feel like cooking. It was a late start. But every now and then I allow her to be a kid every now and then. But if I call in here right now and say, hey, tell the people what I tell you do every day. Drink plenty of water, because when you think you're hungry, you're thirsty. If I'll sit there and let my kid dictate what she eats or what my son eats, they'll be obese. because all kids want is sugar. That's all that they crave. That's why I keep zero sugar shit around the house constantly. Not saying that they don't get a cookie from time to time, or I don't order pizza from time to time. It's in moderation, right? They're growing kids, and as they grow, they tend to eat more. And I'm trying to keep them as active as possible. But when you allow your child to get as big as this child right here, right? As big as this child is right here, that is a problem. And that is child abuse. Because guess what? You are robbing that child from possibly living a long, healthy life. And the Eugenia Coonies of the world, I'm gonna be talking about her and some more anorexic people that's been crossing my radar in the future as well. But starving yourself because you don't want to look a certain way is one thing. And that can be easily fixed just by just eating some food and getting healthy. Because that's a hormonal trait there as well as not having enough body fat to regulate hormones. There's a lot of unhealthy things with being anorexic. But when you be obese and you become obese, there is a higher chance of having a lot more complications to the body than being anorexic. Okay. She is what, 6 years old? Let me go back and look. She is 6 years old. Yes, she's 6. So making it to 21 isn't likely. When you're that big, your heart's under constant stress. Your heart already beats faster the moment you stand up because it has to pump more blood throughout the limbs as you're getting ready to produce energy to move. A resting heart rate is just that. When you're resting, sitting down, not really moving, not fidgeting. But the moment I stand up, the heart has to produce more blood, right? More fluid, because you are standing in order to be able to use that energy the way it's meant to be used. So when you are obese, the heart has to pump harder in order to be able to make those limbs and stuff move to produce the energy that it needs. That has the heart under constant stress. That is a remedy and a recipe for high blood pressure, because your blood pressure is going to be elevated. The faster your heart beats, the more blood is produced and the higher your blood pressure. That's how you get chronic high blood pressure. Or you can have high blood pressure when you're skinny. That dictates how unhealthy you are when you're skinny. Cardiovascular wise, how your arteries are looking on the inside. If they're narrow arteries from arteriosclerosis and all that shit, arteriosclerosis, all that. Arterial and arterial is two different things, right? But same thing, restriction of the arteries, right? From plaque and hardening of the arteries. That could dictate you having high blood pressure as well when you're skinny, but that comes from just eating crap your whole fucking life. But the trade-off is the same. The heart's under constant stress. That child might not make it to 15 years old. And what kills me is it's becoming more and more common that happens, right? When a child dies, I've seen a few big kids die during the COVID epidemic. And they're like, he was healthy. A 9-year-old kid that weighs 300 pounds is not healthy at all. 300 pounds is a lot of weight on a 9-year-old kid's frame. So it's hard to see. And the parents need to be held accountable. And I believe if that child died from morbid obesity, if the parents are not morbidly obese, which they probably are, I really didn't watch. I listened to the video because I was driving, so it was hooked up to my car. But I didn't watch, and so if the parents were showing the video, forgive me, right? But Alan got very emotional about it. But a lot of times when you have a obese kid, your parents a lot of times are obese. And I believe that if that child dies, they should be held accountable for inadvertently killing their fucking kid. And that's just the facts. They forfeit their freedom at that point. Because as parents, you want your kids to outlive you, not the other way around. And I'm trying to be as calm as possible simply because my channel kind of been under YouTube's microscope over the last few weeks. So I'm not going to say what I really want to say because it could get my channel taken down. And, even though I don't care, I don't really make money on this platform. I mean, I get paid like once every 6 months. A lot of you watch, throughout the month, right? Some videos are game busters. They may hit 1,000, 2,000 views, some 20, 30. But you guys watch, and some of y'all find it entertaining. A few of you do not, but you watch. And so I would hate for you not to be able to watch and listen to something that might get you throughout wherever you're going throughout the day. So I'm trying to watch what I say. But what I really want to say, I'm going to wait a few more weeks before I start back saying what I really want to say. But something should be done in Congress about the obesity epidemic that's plaguing America because it is bad. Dr. Sanjay Gupta was on CNN last week talking about the obesity and talking about how Wegovy and Ozempic, all those semaglutides, how when you come off of them, how weight gain is coming back, and how they might be trying to target the youth. They may be making some that targeted the youth, right? And people are just inherently lazy now. And that's not a good thing, because we might be on the brink of World War III. Once again, I'm saving all that for the live stream tonight, because we got to talk about how Russia and China was off the Alaska coast. Yeah. Yeah, and warplanes and shit, right? Bombers and shit, right? So, yeah. But anyway, my heart goes out to the 6-year-old. I could care less about the parents. I believe that they should find the highest fucking cliff and go bungee jumping with the weakest rope that they can find. I just leave it at that. Now, let's talk about mukbanger that dies. What was her name? Fucking Ping Yao Ting. Ping Yao Ting. Yeah, because that X is Yao Ting. Ping Yao Ting. So anyway, listen. I read the article. When you love food so much, eating 30-something pounds of fucking food a day, some crazy shit like that, to where it warps your stomach, like it literally had caused deformation of her stomach, intestines, and things like that. You have a obsession with some shit. Okay? She died doing a mukbang, doing a live stream. This is something that a lot of us been talking about, especially Alan. This is why I'm showing on his channel, because he's been the forefront of this. Okay, and like I say, I never met Alan. He always, from time, well, not always, but from time to time, when he see me in his chat, he shouts me out, show me love. So I'm just giving it right back. My small little channel don't have the same impact as his, but for him to notice my little channel and give me shout out and some subs from time to time, it's the least I can do. But he's been pushing this, and it is true that a lot of people are obese right now because of social media paying out a lot of money. And so it's incentive for that. But that too is self-harm. When you are so wound up and eating, even in the competitional sports, hot dog eating and shit, that's not even healthy. But to sit on your ass like a Nikocado avocado and feed yourself for money, it's fucking crazy. It's fucking crazy. And for her to probably know that she was having problems and ignoring them because she didn't want to go to a doctor and have the doctor tell her, you need to lose fucking weight or else, right? That's a problem. She catered to her fans so much that she died of a massive heart attack while doing a mukbang. And if I'm YouTube or any other platform, just because that happened, because the incentive behind the amount of money she was making while doing it, I would instantly demonetize any platform that's doing mukbangs. That's what I would do. Because it's self-harm. You are force feeding yourself for a financial incentive just to make a living. You know you're full, but you want to keep going anyway. And then you get used to eating that. Then you have to keep going. The fans want you to eat 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds of food. I don't eat 50 pounds of food shit in a month. I may eat 20 pounds of food in a fucking month. If that. Who the fuck want to sit around and eat that much food? That's crazy. That's fucking crazy. And she was young. I think she was in her 20s. She was young. Now, she's in a coffin somewhere or cremated. And she's not going to live to really enjoy all that she could have made because she couldn't help her fucking self. All obese people can have a bigger impact on their channels if they will go through a body transformation and lose weight. Of course, you have some fat fucks that don't want to lose weight, and so those be the main ones watching the channel because they're trying to justify a reason to be fat and happy. There's no such thing as being obese and happy. You're going to have more aches, more pain, longer periods. If you're a woman, you're going to have a lot of health complications. And even though you might not have them right now, keep fucking living. That goes for all of us. Even me. I may be in good shape. I may have, a little bit of lean mass, muscle tissue. My biceps are deflated. I trained them yesterday. But even for me, as I get older, I'm going to start to have some complications. But the healthier you are, the minimum complications I should have compared to if I was obese. If I was obese, then I have a lot more complications. My daughter's texting me. Give me a second. Her friend is calling her. She want to know if she can talk to her on her phone. She know I'm here recording. Like, all right, I don't want to bother daddy. He's recording the video, so I'm going to text his phone. Anyway, but that is indeed true. So that's why being in good shape, is paramount versus not being in good shape. And then just because you're 40 and you weigh 400 pounds, that you're not going to get worse as you age. Because guess what? Bones, ligaments, tendons, and shit, they get weak over time. And the more muscle you have, the stronger your ligaments and tendons and bones and connective tissue, the slower that decline is. It still happens. That's why you lose muscle mass as you age. Your tits, your chest, they get a little saggy. Your arms, they get a little flabby. That tends to happen as you age. But if you hardly have no built muscle, no strong connective tissues, no strong bones, none of that shit, that's going to speed up exponentially once you get into your 40s. By the time you're 50, you may have the bone structure and the strength of a 90-year-old man because you didn't establish a foundation. And doing mukbangs is going to expedite that exponentially because once you get full, you don't want to move. You get tired. Your blood sugar, fucking, it was way up here while digesting food. Now it comes down dramatically. That makes you tired a lot of fucking times, make you sleepy. So therefore, and you just get fat. And ultimately, even though you might not die on camera like she did, ultimately gorging yourself like that will be the death of you. Just saying. Now, let's talk about this bitch. This motherfucker right here. This motherfucker. Matter of fact, let me make myself non-existent. I want you to see her face. This motherfucker right here. Now, I'm not going to be too long with her. What I gotta say is very short. If you can't govern your kids, what I mean by that, have some discipline with your kids, and your kids run the ship, then there's a parental guidance problem somewhere. Just like my daughter texts me to get on her phone to talk to her friend because this is her last week. She go back to school next week. That's because I told her, do not be on your phone today playing on it. She's doing other activities in her room. She's doing something to train her mind. But her friend called her. She wanted to talk to her friend on the phone. So since she asked me, you can talk for a little bit. But a little bit means about an hour, then you're going to go back to what you was doing. Because this right here can corrupt your brain. And a lot of times when you don't instill in kids to respect their parents and to respect their elders, they will run the fucking camp. Case in point, this lady had a problem trying to discipline her kid based on what the kid's previous foster parents said, that the kid would, have a hard time trying to express himself and maybe he gets a little angry. But when you have to resort to taking your 300-pound ass and sitting it on the neck of a child to prove a point of dominance, there's a problem there somewhere. There is a mental problem there. And fat motherfuckers have the mindset of a kid because your brain shrinks the fatter you get because you're robbing blood flow and nutrients to get to the brain. That's science and backed by factual evidence. Because the more obese you is, the harder your heart has to pump, the harder your lungs have to work. That oxygen has to get distributed other places as well. Your brain needs oxygen and blood for nutrients and the function. But when you have a lot of fat in your ass and you have a high amount of carbs in your diet, you inadvertently shrink your brain. The way you think is altered. And that it becomes like that of a fucking kid. A kid would have came to a realization of sitting on another kid, not knowing any better, or playing. Like when my son and daughter play, brothers and sisters play with each other. Get your mind to fucking gutter, right? My son, even though he's autistic, might not know better. He might think that sitting on his sister's back is fun, right? Well, he's not that big, but he shouldn't be sitting on his sister's back because she's not that fucking big. He could hurt her, right? They're kids, but they're horse playing. This bitch decided, hey, and since my child don't want to listen to me, and since I don't have the energy and or the strength to restrain him, right, so I can punish him, I'm going to resort to sitting my ass on him. So did you tell him to sit down and you sat on him, or did you force him down and sat on him? I really don't want to know. I really don't want to know because I couldn't read the article. I listened to Alan. I caught that stream a little bit late, but I caught it, at the point to where he was talking about what happened, how long she sat on him. Then the daughter came in and she had her call 911 because she thought that he was playing because he wasn't responsive. You sat there and basically crushed the boy's neck. And then they give the bitch 6 years. for involuntary manslaughter. That bitch, she don't deserve to live anymore. At all. Because anytime you are stupid enough, as old as your ass is, I don't give a fuck about how cognitive decline your brain might be. You have enough sense to tell your daughter to call 911. You forfeit your life. What they should do to you, I had left an Alice comment section, but YouTube thought it was bullying and they blocked me for commenting for a couple of fucking days. So I'm going to tone it down. You should be put somewhere and you should be played with until an inch of your natural born presence. Then before you give up the ghost, to quote the Bible, right? You should be then placed inside of a shark tank, taken out to the deepest part of the Pacific. And then with some chum, lowered down in the water with an oxygen tank on and goggles. While you are semi-present. And then as soon as the sharks start their feeding frenzy, they should allow you to join in that frenzy until you gave up the ghost. That's how I feel. Notice I had to dumb it down a little bit. Think that happened in Ohio, but they should have gave up the death penalty. Or at least life in prison without the possibility of the road. No parent deserves the right to live after they done killed their kid. Period. That's just how I feel about that whole situation. There's no need for me to even get no deeper than that. My heart goes out to the family, right? But to the mother, the foster mother, oh, she can go play with Yogi Bear for all I can. No, fucking go play with Smokey the Bear. Go start a forest fire and then play with Smokey the Bear. That's what she can fucking do. Make sure you start a forest fire and make sure then you kick Smokey the Bear in his ass. That way Smokey the Bear can retaliate on your ass. That's what she can do. That's just how I feel. So if you guys want to watch those videos in depth, check them out. I'm going to link Alan's channel down below. That way you click on his channel link and all the videos will be there. That's how I feel about those three subjects. They were very eye-opening subjects about what's going on overall in the world with obesity, mainly in America. But the mindset of the obese is the main point I'm trying to get across. So now, if you excuse me, I got to talk about Vegan Gaze. He pressed 405 pounds and a 410-pound bench press. And we got to talk about that, as well as his obsession with CP. You don't know what CP means? Read between the lines. Yeah. So until the next video, you guys stay safe. To be boys for Matner. I'm everyone. Peace.